Hello, everybody.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for joining us.
Kim might be a little late tonight, but this is the first of our series that we are calling our weekly YouTube recap. So we can go over all of what kind of has happened on YouTube throughout the week. I know a lot of people like Stacy, not me right now, but hopefully me one day, will be working. And sometimes we don't see everything that has happened on YouTube. And honestly, doing this, it felt like the week had so much that happened. So we are going to be doing this every Friday night for you guys at 9 o'clock. So you can come join us for our recap.
So, I guess we'll just go ahead and jump right into it. You want to start with Sunday, Jackie?
Oh, we'll start with Sunday. So the first thing that happened on Sunday, which we love her, don't we? KJ started her Sunday afternoon with continuing to go after the Vlog Squad and the whole David Dobrik situation from last week. Now, let me just share my screen, which if you hear that noise, I'm very sorry. It's very windy where I am, and my neighbor's door is not closed all the way, so it keeps banging really loudly, and the window is right where my window is, so it happens. Okay, let me share. And bring that up, because we have some photos for you guys. So this is a tweet from KJ on Sunday, and this is just a little sneak peek. I'm not going to show you all her tweets because she had about 30 plus tweets just on Sunday alone, and a lot of it was going after David Dobrik and the Vlog Squad. So this is just one of her many, where she says people are focusing on who brought the alcohol, are being distracted. The men knew that the women were intoxicated in Dom's history with women, and they joked the alcohol loosened them up. You don't get to participate events leading to a blank and play the victim. Sponsor should drop them. Okay. So then the next one that we have is a retweet by KJ. And it says, Jeff Wittick is a grown blank adult. It's your fault. You can't collaborate with someone who had already been accused of blank. You should not have joked about that, and you should have done your research if you didn't know. She added Jeff Wittick blaming Cat is BS. Okay. So the next one I'm going to show is this one. Oh, wait, I went too far. Oh, yes. So it went into the next day. So KJ went into the next day. And we will stop right here. And I will stop sharing the screen for actually, no, I can show you. I have to show you this one. Yes. So this says it was the 22nd. I don't know why I confused it, but she had so many tweets. This was a poll that KJ put out. Over here waiting for YouTube to demonetize David Dobrik's channel. They demonetized Shane Dawson after Jada and Will got involved. Do we need to call David to Jada's red table and let her end him? And it was a poll whether or not we should call Jada up and end David's career. So then the next thing that happened was on Sunday was Top Crave tweeted that Kylie Jenner's former makeup artist, Samuel, was in a horrible accident. The family is trying to raise $120,000 for medical expenses. Kylie donated only $5,000 into the fundraiser and shared the GoFundMe link. She wrote a lengthy statement on, I cannot pronounce this person's channel, earned approximately $19K in an hour, and we find that not to be true from CNN. So that was just something that happened. So this person wrote a statement. I'll spell it for you. The channel's name is INSGE She, SHE. So they were claiming that the family was trying to raise $120K for medical expenses, and Kylie only donated $5K. Come to find out, CNN proved that this was not true regarding it. And when I first heard the story, I thought to myself, Kylie has a net worth of $900 million, yet she's only donated $5K and is asking fans for money. Also during the pandemic, and Kylie must have had connections, even through her family, that maybe they might know a doctor that can help with the situation. Like, what is going on with you, Kylie? Like, why only $5K? Why are you only doing that? Like, it didn't make sense to me.
CNN reported that she did donate only $5K, but when she donated that, the GoFundMe was actually only for $10,000 is what they were trying to raise.
Yes.
And they had raised $6,000 already. So she paid off the remaining what was due and then thought, oh, I'll share it. And if anybody else feels like they want to donate to it too, the actual amount of the GoFundMe had changed significantly from when she initially saw it and shared it. When she initially saw it and shared it, she had met its goal.
Yes, very much so. And she does share a statement, but that leads into the next day, which we'll show that in a little bit. We're going to finish off our Sunday. So also on Sunday, a YouTuber named Chapter Epilogue, aka Aaliyah, who was the former mod of KJ, she did a live to talk about how she had not heard from Spiracy and that she had never paid her the money, and that T had said she was going to give her a portion of the super chats from the live interview that they had done on February 19th with T on being a former mod. In her live, she gets very frustrated and upset, and she felt that she was frauded and robbed from. She goes on to say that she is no longer afraid and would press charges if she had to against Spiracy to get that money she felt was owed to her. Now, this left us all wondering and thinking something isn't right here. We know that Spiracy is a wonderful lady and she's a woman of her word. And the more that we looked into this, and this was on Sunday that we were looking into this, into Monday early morning, we felt like Aaliyah might have jumped the gun on this situation, which in her video, she does say, some of y'all might think I jumped the gun, but I didn't, which I'm saying right now, I think you jumped the gun. She also says in her video, this person offered to take up donations in my behalf and then donate them to me, and I accepted, but I have not heard back from that person. She then went on to say, even though I felt like I didn't want to burden this person with asking for anything, the fact that we took up donations on my behalf and I have not heard from this person since. She also says, even if I was the biggest con artist, you don't offer to take up donations in someone else's name and then not give them the money. This led us, me, Stacy, and Kim, to watching T's video with Aaliyah multiple times. And if I know some of you are on Discord, and I know that you also were a part of us watching this multiple times on Discord. We watched it at least 2 times with you guys there, to kind of just help us see what we were missing here. And to see just when T offered to take up donations in her behalf, just kind of figure it out. We also decided that we would calculate the super chats and super stickers. And we also calculated the new memberships just to kind of get a rough estimate of the totals, just to kind of see how much money was actually brought in that night. We did calculate how much there was 2 large super chats that we noticed did not go through. And it was $100 super chat and a $50 super chat, which this is why creators also wait until they get paid, because some super chats that go through during the live don't actually go through sometimes when being processed towards the end of the month when they get paid for it. We have learned from being on BX's Discord that someone had said to us, you can always go and tell your credit card company or PayPal that you didn't get what they provided with that super chat and get your money back. And that was a shock when I heard that. So we're not really sure what happened there, but we do know that the super chats did not go through because when you're looking back on a live video, you at the top of the bar where like the super chats go through, you will see like the donation amounts. If it was a donation that didn't go through, that donation would not be there in the live chat replay, and it also will not appear anymore in the chat. That's why we saw it on the screen that T had during her video, but we did not see it in the actual chat itself, because that's how we knew that they didn't actually go through. So that's just one little thing that we had noticed. And we calculated, we were $10 short from our calculations, come to find out in the long run. But when I saw how much it was, I was thinking to myself, if Aaliyah's threatening to get a lawyer to sue T, I know from working at a law firm that that's not a case a lawyer would normally take on, since it's under a certain amount of money. And it would be best handled in a small claims court, because you would actually be paying more in legal fees than you would from what is owed to her. And I know in my state, lawyers take 33 1/3% towards legal fees. And after doing the math, it would have been $83.88 that she would have gotten, minus the 33%. I'm not going to take the third out, would have been $56.19, leaving the lawyer to only get $27.69 for the case. And I hate to say it, but lawyers will not take on a case for that much money. I've worked for a lawyer. They want to make money, not $26. Also, when watching the interview, it was an hour and 10 minutes long of a stream. The first time we heard anything mentioned about donations was around the 46-minute mark into the stream, where T says that she will be making a generous donation to Aaliyah and her daughter from tonight's stream. And then the only other time that T mentions that she will be getting some of the super chats over to Aaliyah and her daughter was at the 1 hour and 7 minute mark. I also wanted to note here that not at any point did I hear Aaliyah thank her in the stream for doing that, or say that she accepted that her doing the donations for her. Then we also wanted to point out, when creators get paid for the super chats, AdSense, I did a simple Google search, which led us to see that they get paid from the 21st to the 21st through the 26th. And being that this was on Sunday, the 21st, I knew banks do not process payments till the following business day, which would be the next day, which would be Monday, the 22nd. So for us, we knew things just didn't seem to add up. And we also knew that T was going through a lot on her personal end of life throughout the whole month of March. And it possibly wasn't like the first thing for her to think of was to contact Aaliyah, because the money hadn't gone through yet. So if the money didn't go through, she really didn't have a reason to contact Aaliyah. I do know, though, during the month, that T had closed down her Twitter account for personal reasons. But before she did leave, she left a tweet to Aaliyah letting everyone and Aaliyah know that she was still going to be donating a portion of the super chats to her. So at this point, we just decided to wait to kind of see what was going to happen. But us in our investigation work, I guess you can say, it just didn't seem right. So we just wanted to wait to see what happened, which leads us into Monday, March 22nd. So let's see. The first thing that we're going to talk about is, well, we'll start with KJ first. I know I'm doing this reverse, but so KJ again started off her day with trying to take down David Dobrik and the Vlog squad with 8 tweets made before noon time and things that they did. She continued to share videos, polls, posts, comments about getting David Dobrik demonetized on YouTube, and even changed her Twitter name to read Kat's biggest fan, which Kat Tenbrick is the author of the Insider article that talked about the Vlog squad and the incident with Hannah is her name that they used. And I do have more tweets to show you guys from that day. So this poll that is up on the screen was actually from Monday. Then the next one was Katie Joy saying, manipulated by YouTubers is a problem, as many can use their money, audience, and power to turn audiences against their rivals. Even if their claims aren't true, it's sad and very real part of YouTube. Explore this more, Kat. And here's a retweet of what Kat had wrote about questions and answers with the Business Insider about the Vlog squad story came together and what's next for the digital culture beat. And it was a whole article that she had posted. The next one that we have is a retweet from KJ saying, please, channels, be careful with Ava. She lied about Jeffree Star sleeping with Kanye and licking a toilet for the coronavirus challenge. She is known to fake evidence to get attention. And it was a retweet from Def Noodles at that point. And let's see. I think I have one more from KJ. Nope, it's the same one. So then we go on to the next story of the day. Do you want to take on this one about Kylie? Stace?
Yeah, so as I was mentioning earlier, she does release a statement later on that she was no longer working with him as her current makeup artist, but she had worked with him in the past. And when she heard about what had happened, she logged on. And at that time, it was just set at a 10,000 goal. And they were 5,000 away. His family reached out to her through her current makeup artist, who is actually the one who told her about the situation in the first place. And they were super appreciative for everything she had done. So it got twisted really bad, and it did make her look bad because, yeah, she makes $19,000 an hour. 19,000 is what is more than what some people make a year. So yeah, it does make her look bad, but context matters here.
Yes, it does.
And it's not every day that I think I would be like, hey, today I am going to defend a Kardashian or Jenner.
Yeah. Well, it depends on which one we're defending, because I'm actually a fan of some of them.
Well, I'm just saying I don't usually waste my time defending people that will never have to worry about paying their light bill.
I get what you mean. Also on Monday, this is where David Dobrik put out his second apology video. This is where he admits that he has never done this kind of an apology correctly or respectfully. He also mentions people that really had nothing to do with what he should have been apologizing to, but people that had talked about what he had did in his last apology giving him criticism. So that was kind of weird. He goes on to apologize for his actions and says that he should have not posted the video even after he got consent to it. And when he was asked to take it down, he did. He apologizes for putting the girls in an environment that enabled and made them feel that their safety and values were compromised. He also said that he wishes he knew what was going on and that he wishes he was there to make sure that people were taken care of and not feeling uncomfortable. David also apologizes to the girls and Allie, who spoke out in 2018, and he apologizes for not listening to them and believing Dom in regards to what happened. He apologizes for platforming Dom and platforming the subject of SA in a negative way, where he made jokes about it and reinforced the behavior. He also says change is possible and he is learning from his mistakes, and this is his beginning to that. Now, from this, H3 Frenemies did an emergency podcast regarding David's apology. Do you want to take the floor on this one?
Sure. So they did an emergency podcast regarding David's apology, as Jackie said. And in that, Trisha and Ethan are going over everything that's happened and how they had been discrediting Trisha for years. And which, don't get me wrong, Trisha did a great job discrediting herself. I think most of us could absolutely agree on that. And she even admits that, so hopefully she's learning and growing. Everyone should learn and grow. But they used her other issues, because she was addicted to drugs at one time and stuff like that. And they really used it to discredit her against her claims. But her stories never changed about what she saw with the Vlog Squad and what happened with the Vlog Squad. But nobody listened to her.
That is true.
And, in his apology, he brings up that he's no longer been filming with Dom since 2019. And then Trisha and Ethan pull up and see that he's still filming with them in 2020. Now, it was for Dom's channel and not David's, but still, that's kind of sound like semantics there. Like, no, we didn't film together because it wasn't on my channel. And they point out that there's a lot of jump cuts in the video and that David
unfollowed Dom that morning.
Maybe when he filmed his apology, he shouldn't have edited out these jump cuts.
Yeah.
Because it kind of because the apology was really great as far as YouTuber apologies go. Because, it had your standard, okay, I'm going to sit quietly in a room and look at the camera somberly. And he was nailing it. He was giving it a 100% performance. And then the jump cut goes in, and that just kind of makes it why
do you have so many edits?
Yeah. That's just my thing. If you're apologizing, it's supposed to be kind of ugly because nobody's supposed to be good at apologizing. You're not supposed to have to do it that often.
Yeah, I agree there.
And I don't know about you, but it doesn't usually look pretty when you're apologizing either, because most of us don't like admitting when we've messed up.
Oh, yes.
Now, some of us, like KJ, never learn how to go ahead and just admit it. But even those of us that do admit it, we don't always like it.
I agree there. Okay. So also, this is on the cusp of Monday night into Tuesday. I'm a member, and so is Stacy, a member of T's channel. So we get the members only videos. So we had noticed that Spiracy had posted a members only video, but it did go public on Tuesday morning. So on Tuesday morning, March 23rd, we're on to the 23rd now, T put out her video regarding on what happened with Aaliyah. aka chapter epilogue situation. I believe, let's see, I have more photos for you. Oh, Katie Joy, here you go. I'm not here for David Dobrik's apology. I forgot about that one. But that was actually on the 23rd. So, and here's more Katie Joy. People giving David Dobrik and his friends a pass. We'll just skip through these, though. Okay. So, on Tuesday, when T's video went public to everybody, she put out a video regarding the situation. And in the video, she shared all the receipts on which she received from her AdSense money, which is on the screen, how much it was totaled, which, like I said, our calculations were actually off $10. So we did pretty good, guys. I will say that. And it did not include the new members, which we thought that was going to be it, but we wanted to make sure. And the total after YouTube took it out showed to be, so it was a total of $239.66. And after the 30%, hold on one second. It was a total of $167.77. So after that, if you split it in half, it was $83.88 for each. T's plan was to donate exactly half, but she donated to Aaliyah $80 and said she kept the $3.88 because Aaliyah dragged her reputation and told the world T screwed her, the world that Spiracy screwed her over. I have more photos for you, so let me go to the next one. This was the transaction. And then the next one was, I posted my Google search, but T actually does have it in her video too, that the dates that they get paid in between and all of that. And I believe I have also the breakdown. Yes, I do. So this was the breakdown of everything. It was $225.66 for the super chats, $14 for the stickers. Like I said, it added up to $239.66. YouTube took $71.89, which left them $167.77. And like I said, she was planning on giving her exactly half, but she kept $3.88, which I give her a lot of credit for just doing exact. I mean, she's a woman of her word, and I give her full credit for doing that. And $3.88, I mean, rounded up, I would have rounded down, whatever, $80. She should have been happy with that. So let's see. We do have, I believe, someone waiting to come in. So I'm going to, oh, no, they're not here yet. Josh, if you're here, you are more than welcome to come in. As soon as you come in, Stacy will let me know and I'll let you on, okay? So the next thing was that day on...
I loved the petty cash remark as well, Truffle 85. I thought that was magnificent.
I did too. We also saw that day, though, right after T put out this video, that chapter epilogue scheduled a stream for today, Friday, titled I Owe Someone an Apology. She also removed her Sunday stream from her videos. Oh, yay. I heard the click, so I know he's here. Hi, Josh.
Hey.
What's up, bud?
Hey. I know I'm late. Sorry, guys. I was on the phone to a friend.
It's okay.
Once I get talking, I can be here for hours.
I'm the same way.
With an accent that cool, we'll let you get away with it.
I thought my accent might be off a little bit because I'm full of a cold.
Oh, I hope you feel better. I hate colds.
I know.
Did you try the warm saltwater gargle like I mentioned?
No, not yet. I'm currently drinking coffee.
Hey, coffee makes everyone feel better.
It does. It does.
I think tea would probably be better, but at least it's warm.
Don't listen to her. Coffee makes everyone feel better.
I do love a good coffee.
Well, right now we're talking about what happened on, I'm like, what day is it? Because we're doing a weekly recap. It's actually Tuesday when T put out her first stream, her first video about Aaliyah and the breakdown of everything. That's what we're on right now.
Right. Okay.
Do you have any comments you'd like to make about that video that you saw?
Wait, this one was
The first video she made, where she showed all the receipts of the proof that she paid Aaliyah and when she got paid and how much and all of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that video. Oh.
Oh. Well,
So this has to be interesting.
Well, in the video, she shows what's on the screen right now is like a breakdown of everything, how much she made and all of that in the stream. I have the other receipt where she shows the Google when they get paid, which I did mention earlier that the 21st, it's a Sunday. Banks in the US here, they don't do transactions on Sundays. They do it the following business day, which would have been Monday. So
No, it's the same. It's the same here in the
yeah,
UK as well.
exactly.
They don't do any banking or anything like that on a Sunday.
Nope. And then this
Nope.
was her PayPal receipt showing that she had paid Aaliyah the $80.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's everything in the video right there. Whoop, I'm going way too far now. But that was just what happened on Tuesday. And then what else happened on Tuesday? Let's see. Oh, Tipster. That was my next photo. Tipster reached 100K on YouTube. So we just want to congratulate him for getting to 100K. And
congratulations, Tipster.
Yeah.
Well done.
Keep making those videos and you'll get more subs too, and you'll be at 200K before you know it.
Yeah, you will.
You can go, Stace.
Well, I was going to say, as the next thing we're talking about is what's going on with Charlotte and Uni, right?
Yes.
Right, someone's going to have to bring me up to speed. So, I know I've been binge watching. I started on Desperate Housewives, and then I went to Revenge, and now I'm on Ugly Betty. So,
I love Desperate Housewives.
Oh, I do too. I'm like, oh, but I was like, that's the reason why I've been sort of out the loop a bit. So I don't know anything that's happened between.
Well, that's what we're here for today, to fill you in.
So what's been happening?
Well, what initially started it is, I guess started it in Uni's eyes. I didn't actually see that Charlotte said anything mean to him at all, but she did a stream and it was titled, "Does UniRock finally get it or will he flip again?" And in her video, she shows that the issue she had with him was that she liked him at first, and he was on a show to show KJ for who she really was.
Mm.
And whenever he was on that show trying to help the other person, Steve McRae, to show Katie's true colors, him and Steve have a falling out, which I'm not too familiar with their falling out, so I don't want to make either side mad here with any information on that. But they had a falling out, and he flips. And from that moment on, he was Katie Joy's biggest defender until he wasn't. And so, I mean, Charlotte, like many others in the community, are like, do you really see her for who she is, or are you just doing it because it's convenient now?
Well, I can understand that.
Me too.
I can totally understand that.
I mean, everyone kind of questions when you go from one side to another and one side to another, back and forth, back and forth.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
And the
of course.
like I saw a video about it where Katie had actually doxed other people in his Discord before, but they weren't Creepshow art level of people. So apparently he was okay with that
See,
until
I don't.
someone as big as Creepshow art came along.
I don't agree with doxing anyone at any channel. I mean, I was on Just Brits live stream, and doxing came up, and I think my philosophy on doxing is you can just call the police. I don't know what the police are like in the US.
They in the US, they don't really have too many laws when it comes to internet doxing, unfortunately.
I think, I mean, it's been a while since I looked at anything to do with I think doxing or anything like that, but I think data protection and things like that here are very strict. I think what was it when Charlotte's police records were being blasted throughout Twitter.
Yeah.
Someone was trying to show it to us lot in the UK, and we can't view it.
Wow.
We can't view those kind of documents because of our data protection laws. So we can't see it.
I
So
wish
it's
we
like a
had that.
filter?
Yeah.
It's like a filter over the documents. Is that what it does?
No, it was just basically it was they were trying to send us to a link where it was the documents were there, and when you try and click the web browser, it just came up as 404 error.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Well, the US needs to hop on that bandwagon.
I don't think I would see that happening anytime soon. Could you imagine?
I would like that, but yeah, I can't see it happening, unfortunately. It's
People
freedom of speech here.
I was about to say people would go crazy if you did that.
Yeah. But
yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess Uni had a response back to Charlotte because he didn't like what Charlotte had to say, and
yep.
We're told that stream was 9 hours long and went into 6 a.m. in the morning.
Jesus, I mean, I know my live streams are long. I have to sort of round that in a bit because I don't pay for StreamYard, so I only get like 20 hours a month.
Yes.
But
yep.
really 6 hours? I mean, I know I can talk, but
9 hours. 9.
I'm not. No, 9 hours, sorry, but 9 hours?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I know I was just on the phone to my friend for almost 4 hours. So I know I can like talk and talk and talk, but 9 hours on a stream?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on the phone with Jackie for probably 9 hours, but
it was 9 hours, but
we weren't trying to entertain people for 9 hours except
well, that's
for
what
ourselves.
I mean, it's sort of like I know I can when you're on the phone to people. I've been on the phone to people for like 7 hours, 8 hours, but doing a stream for 9 hours, how can you keep that up unless you're a gaming streamer? So like I know that Pokemon streamers go on for hours, but that's because that game is like, yeah, that you can play the
go
game
on
for hours
with Pokemon. Oh yeah. I don't know if he was. I actually didn't watch it. I watched portions of it, and he was showing more clips and things like that. So I don't know if he did game in between but I know he does do streams where he games sometimes.
Yeah.
It was a 9-hour stream. I did not want to watch 9 hours. I did watch parts of it, like I said, and it just seemed like he didn't understand at all what Charlotte was trying to say from what I got in it and other people got in it. They were saying like Uni spent most of his stream trying to prove how Steve is when that's not what Charlotte was saying at all. Charlotte had felt that Uni was being against KJ and then went to being on KJ's side and how he flip-flopped, not anything to do with Steve. She said like she felt like Uni might have done it because of what happened with Steve, but he went on about Charlotte liking Steve and that is why and that had nothing to do with what Charlotte was saying at all.
And Froggy Carter says that his last stream was 8 hours and 5 of that was just ranting straight.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That means like in the last 2 days, he's done 11 hours of streaming.
Wow.
Go
And
UniRock with those watch hours.
Well, it's
Yeah, get those
probably
watch
more
hours,
than
UniRock.
that.
Go.
Like technically it's more than that because he does that stuff on Twitter too, because it's not Periscope anymore, but
Oh, it's not? It's Twitter?
yeah, I guess like they got rid of Periscope. I don't know what it is now, but I know he gets on there still and does stuff as well. Hey,
Wow.
Kim.
Yay, Kim! Kim is
Hello.
here.
Oh, wait. Is something happening in the chat? Let me have a look.
There you go. Let's see.
Oh, hey guys. Sorry, I've only just looked on the chat. Hey, everyone. I'm doing this on my phone. Sorry, that's the reason why that
Oh, it's okay.
sounded confusing. And I can't look at what's happening on.
I'm with you. I'm not looking at the chat right now either.
Yeah, I can't look at the chat and look what's happening on. Yeah, that made sense in my head.
There was one thing though that we did agree with Uni on that we heard. And I did hear in his stream.
Oh yes, I wholeheartedly agreed with him as well.
Yes, I agree that KJ did dox Haiti Joyless. He said that he believes KJ doxed Haiti Joyless, and I fully respect Uni for that and for saying that because that is something we agree on for once.
Yeah.
Hashtag Haiti Joy is a doxer.
Yeah, totally true. Let's see, but she doesn't like it.
Even a broken clock can be right twice a day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. I mean, I could go on a rant about KJ, but that's not what we're here for.
Exactly. Oh well,
there's more.
There's
more, Josh. She shows up multiple times throughout the week because even on days she doesn't tweet a lot, she still manages to do some really grimy stuff.
Well, I know there's some stuff that's happened today that I've seen.
Well, you'll be able to talk about that very soon. We're going on to Wednesday now, so we're almost to Friday. So on Wednesday, Charlotte did make another reply video back to UniRock, and she again addressed everything that she had said in her reply video before. And we also do want to say we want to tell Lori Smith, who is a big supporter of many creators that we watch, that we're thinking about her. She's in our prayers, and we really hope that she can overcome what she is battling and get better soon. She is a wonderful supporter, and I love Lori, and she's always a big donator. She's always there in the chats supporting a lot of creators that we watch, and we just wish her the best, and we want to let her know that she's in our prayers. But here's a Katie Joy thing. So also on Wednesday,
oh God,
Katie actually stopped tweeting like crazy. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Katie put out at least 30 to 40 tweets a day. Majority of them were against David Dobrik and the Vlog Squad. But all of a sudden on Wednesday, she stops tweeting like crazy. And this was the first day that Katie went back to only posting her YouTube video links on Twitter. and it was very nice. But it did make a lot of YouTubers, especially the anti-KJers, we like to call them, wonder, did she get served today? Did they refile? Is she like finally realizing what's going on and maybe she's going too far with this? So we
Wow.
don't really know what happened, but all of a sudden she just stopped tweeting. She did put out one tweet, and this was a funny tweet in my eyes. She said, FYI, my attorney and I are not accepting invitations for interviews. Please refrain from future requests. If you're looking for drama, it's not happening. Please find something else to discuss. And all I got to say to KJ is, well, KJ, we're discussing it right now. I'm sorry. And FYI, Katie, not everyone has Twitter to be able to see that message. So you're probably going to still be receiving messages from people.
Probably.
Right?
Do you think she actually gets these messages, or?
I don't think so. I think she likes
No,
to
me
say
neither.
it so she can tweet it and make it seem like it. Because that's just how Katie is. But we will never know because we'll never actually probably get a real, genuine screenshot from her as well either that proves that she's getting these messages.
No, probably won't.
I think that these messages are as real as Dr. Phil contacting her, which means it's not.
Did she? Did she say that Dr. Phil contacted her?
Yes.
She sure did. That was a while ago, but she was trying to get the attention off of her case at the time. And she does this really awkward laugh. So she gets on stream. She starts with this awkward laugh. And she's like, Dr. Phil asked me to be on his show and I would never. And here's why. And don't call me Dr. Phil and blah, blah. And you could tell that it was so staged. It was ridiculous. This woman is the worst liar I've ever seen.
I saw that part where she was going on about Dr. Phil, I won't come on your show. But
yeah.
I saw that part, but I was like, wait, she turned around and said that he contacted her?
Yep.
Okay.
She got an email from the staff.
And I think the name she gave was a producer that's been like retired for a couple years or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Kind of like that police officer, that detective that's been retired for a couple of years.
That's where my mind went.
Well,
also,
yeah,
working with people that are retired.
Right? Well, my dad thinks even though he's retired, he still works at his old job. He puts him up because he's doing volunteer firefighting, and they asked him where he last was working, and instead of just putting retired down, he actually put his last job and all of their info, the phone number to the union. And my mom's like, why didn't you just put retired? Because you're retired. Like, you didn't need to put all that info.
Oh, bless.
That kind of reminded me of that real quick, but yeah. Love them. But also what happened we're on Wednesday, and I know Miley Cyrus, she wrote a letter to Hannah Montana because it was the 15th anniversary. And we did see a lot of YouTubers talking about this letter, and I do have photos of the letter and all of that, so I will show you. Here's her tweet that she put out. And here's the first page. I'm not going to read it all because it's a lot. You can easily go on Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, you can still look for it. And here's the second page. And people on YouTube were saying that this was the first positive thing that she's actually really said about Hannah Montana, because everything she's actually said in the past about it hasn't really been good. So it's a good thing that she is embracing Hannah Montana finally, and this is the first good thing she said. And also we saw some YouTubers like saying, how would people feel about a reboot of Hannah Montana? I would love to know what everyone else thinks. How would you guys feel about a reboot of Hannah Montana?
I don't like reboots typically, so they usually butcher it and make it awful. And make my childhood horrible again, because I really loved the first part, and I don't want to see it happen. Like the Buffy remake. Like leave
Yes.
Buffy alone,
Yes.
or I will
Wait.
burn your studio to the ground. So
There's a Buffy remake?
Yes.
yeah, well, we'll get into that
No.
later, but
Oh,
So-
no.
Right now, Kim, the CW, sitting over there like, wow, attacked.
I know.
Well, they
was
butchered
personal.
Charmed, so.
They did.
Yeah,
They did.
well,
Ugh.
also
I
bad.
watched the first episode of that reboot, and I was like, nope.
And then
Not
I
what you-
I saw Fuller House, and I didn't like that reboot either.
Nope.
Yeah,
Gilmore
so you're
Girls
kind of right
reboot was
there, Kim.
trash.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. The reboots aren't really. I liked Roseanne reboot until they kicked Rosie off, and I understand why they did what they did, but it was actually good the first couple episodes, and then I stopped watching it.
Well,
When
they're
they
rebooting Gossip Girl, I think.
Oh no,
Yeah,
That's gonna be horrible.
I loved Gossip Girl.
me too. I watched that series. I'm probably going on about 7 times now.
Oh my
Throughout
God,
the
I'm
years.
probably there with you. I'm probably there with you.
But you got to think, like, we're not really supposed to be the ones liking the reboots because they have to make it to where it's relevant to teenagers today. And that's not relevant to us because we didn't
No.
have what they have today.
That's true.
No.
But how many
Yeah,
times
yeah.
do they make Degrassi?
And every generation of Degrassi is a little bit different to tweak it to that next, where like
Yeah.
they have cell phones now and they're doing this because that's way different from the 80s version.
That's true. And I know there's a lot of Degrassi. I liked Degrassi. I forgot which generation I liked, but
I think I liked the next generation is what it was called.
I liked the one that Drake was in. So if you can tell me what generation that was, you can. I'll go with that one. That's the one I liked. That's the only one I saw too.
I think that was the next generation, but I'm not sure.
Also on Wednesday was T put out another video. So did you see that one, Josh? The second video that you put out about Aaliyah?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay, well we'll fill you in.
Sorry. Yeah. I haven't really been watching any like YouTube videos recently.
Oh, then we'll fill you in.
I come off YouTube for a couple of like a week or so, and then everyone posts videos and I miss everything. I think the only reason why I managed to keep up with some bits is because of Twitter.
Well, we're glad you're here then for the YouTube weekly recap, so we can recap that.
Absolutely.
And like we're getting a completely like perspective from someone who hasn't had time to form an opinion yet. So you got to decide right then and here what you hear.
You may regret that because I can get very not angry but heated would be the right word.
I'm with you. I get that way too. So we're very similar. Well, so she put out a second video about Aaliyah and the situation that was happening, and she had Aaliyah had been posting on Twitter that she was going to return the money back to T, and Aaliyah also tried to make it seem that T was being mean and racist by calling her a filthy animal.
I've got a funny. Oh, right. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I've got I want to say this before I completely leaves my mind.
That's fine. Say it.
I feel bad for interrupting though.
No. Say it. I would love to hear what you have to say.
Right. I know that Aaliyah was going on about racism or I know somewhere in that camp was going on about calling T a racist.
Yep.
And the thing is, it was all to do with because she was being called a grifter.
Okay.
I think. I'm not too sure. But my response to that is, okay, so basically, if I decide to put all my PayPal information at the bottom of my screen and everybody sits there and calls me a grifter, I can sit there and call them more homophobic then.
Yeah. No.
I'm like,
What you're saying.
that to me that sounds stupid.
I agree. I agree.
There's a lot that I saw a little bit what was happening with Aaliyah,
Yeah.
and I have a lot of opinions about why she's been called a grifter.
I would love to hear them.
What now?
I mean, we can wait until the end recap, like the end, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, so I think what happened with that was when Aaliyah saw T's video, she thought it said effing animal, not filthy animal, because that was one of the tweets that she had put out. You don't call someone an effing animal. Filthy Animal is from Home Alone. And if you don't know what Home Alone is, I mean, gosh, that is a classic movie. And change, you filthy animal. That is like my favorite line in Home Alone. Like,
if you don't know what Home Alone is, don't tell me because I already feel old enough.
And that's
it's
the
one
part
of the Christmas staples.
Yeah, it's a staple. It's a Christmas staple.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Home Alone 2, and they want to make another Home Alone, apparently. That's another reboot that they want to make, is another Home Alone.
And then the Home Alone 3 we all pretend doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand where T was coming from with that. She was making a joke and keep the change, you filthy animal. I don't think Aaliyah got that, which is fine. We're all allowed to have our own opinions. And I just wanted to point out that doesn't make T, though, racist. Because that's what she was saying, was she was calling her racist for saying that.
That's where that stemmed from. Oh, yeah. Right, okay.
So Spiracy was made aware of these tweets and stuff, and that's why she ended up going live on Wednesday night and talking about it, which I give her props for doing it and talking about it, because I would have been angry, and she handled it very, very well.
I would have needed maybe a day or two to be like, need to rein in my emotions here.
Exactly. And that's one big thing with me. Like, if I'm angry, I need to tell myself, okay, take 10 minutes to breathe, calm down, and think like a rational person.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm like, if I get to like a point where I'm like really angry, I'm like, I need 5 minutes. I need 5 minutes to like just be zen and calm and
exactly. One other thing also that happened on Wednesday night was AT2 put out a video regarding former mods, and one of the biggest questions that he asked in that video was, should mods get paid? Which we also saw then on Thursday, now we're into Thursday, that I'm Dead Memes, who we all love very much, he also put out a video regarding mods and if they should get paid. So that is just one question I kind of want to ask people and then give my kind of point on it, since we were former mods. Do you think that mods should get paid?
Well, first, let me real quick say that we actually watched I'm Dead Memes video multiple times.
Yes.
It was so well done.
And hilarious. I love it.
Hilarious. And if you guys have not checked it out, you really need to, and we'll link it in the description later.
Yes, we will.
Awesome.
And I'll even iCard it at the top of the video later too. But I think that if, like, us being ex-mods for BX, I don't think he had enough subscribers that we should have gotten paid. Yes, we did a lot of work, so maybe he should have paid maybe one of us and kind of been like the assistant towards him. But if it's like Katie, who has like 100K, 140K, 200K, I think that YouTube needs to maybe figure out a system where they can allow these creators to pay 1 to 5 mods to even 10, depending on how many people they have and if they do a lot of lives and things like that.
I think that I agree with you about if you have a lot of subscribers, like Emily D. Baker's chats are insane. right? Like
Snap.
those mods they've got to be the best mods in the game
They
because
do.
her chat, I cannot even read her chat. It's
I'm with
so
No,
you.
fast.
I can't.
So I imagine being a mod for her and thinking like I would be horrible at this because I'd never be able to see it. And I've heard her say before that they get on like separate chats, her and the mods, and they have meetings before her live streams and things like that. So I think it depends on how much you're asking your mod to do. If it's just show up when you want and delete, stupid comments from trolls, then no, I don't think they should be paid. But if we're doing research, if we're Jackie, if we're or if we're a mod for someone who's got insane chats like Emily D. Baker, then absolutely I think those people should be paid. And let me just say for the record, I think that anyone who's willing to stick up for Without a Crystal Ball and be a mod for her channel, because she's got to have 80 million trolls in her chats when she opens them up, those
Yeah.
people need to be paid too. Like, bless you,
Yeah.
all of you, Jessie Bear, because
Jessie Bear does
you
a
do
good
hard
job.
Yeah.
I don't know how she deals with it. And Jessie does get paid, and that was a decision that her and KJ made. So I think KJ, that's one good thing I will say KJ did was pay Jessie to be a moderator. And I give Jessie credit for I don't know if Jessie agrees with a lot of what KJ says, but she supports her regardless, and I give her a lot of credit for that. That's
I don't
hard
know.
to
You'd have to pay me an awful lot.
do.
And
I
Yeah,
doubt
me too.
KJ's paying her anywhere nearly what my number in my head is.
Nope.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
I'd be embarrassed to show my face around my friends again if I was like, it'd have to be enough money that I didn't have to worry about anything.
And
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I've never really seen Jessie in anyone else's chats. Do you think she has like a different YouTube name?
She used to be in Uni's chats a lot.
Well, that was when Uni and KJ were close. Come on.
I mean, that was even like, I think she was the one who like told KJ about Uni, because like she used to go in there when he would game like overnight and just hang out in there.
Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, it was her escape, I guess.
The way I see it is, if you're a mod for KJ, it's probably a requirement that you have 15 to 20 sock accounts. So I'm sure she's got something.
Possibly. I mean, I've never been a mod, so I don't know what the requirements are to do things. So,
Well, when you get big enough, you're going to need mods for your channel.
probably will.
So pretty much what we did was we would have to be at the lives, and we would have to, he kind of had to set rules, I guess you would say. If like anyone talked about another creator, then delete the post. And if they had self-promotion, delete the post. If they were bashing him, block them. So things like that. They pretty much moderate the chat.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. And for those people who are KJ's mods, I hold my hat off to you, because there's got to be a lot that's said in KJ's live chats.
Yeah.
I think I actually managed to catch one of her live chats once. I was in the chat
it members only?
No, because I'm not a member. So
Most of them are. That's super surprising.
yeah, I know. I was, and the chat was. I can't remember what the conversation was, but there was some. There was some comments being made towards KJ herself, and I was like, "Wow." I don't think the moderators caught the chat. Some of them did. Some of them were deleted, but not all of them.
Well, that's good. Yeah, then go mods then.
Grandmoms, yeah.
Yeah.
I think anyone who wants anybody who wants to be a mod, I hold my hat up to anyone because it must be a thankless job.
Yes.
And
Well, you want to know what's funny about you saying a thankless job is that I am a moderator of Spiracy's channel, and I was a moderator of her channel the same time I was of BX's. And one day I dropped her join link in the chat, and she said thank you to me. And I didn't know how to respond to that at first. I think I waited like a day to be like, no big deal or something, because I can't remember BX ever actually being like, hey, thank you for doing that. So I just thought that was part of the job. You go get all of their links and you drop them into that chat.
And that
Yeah.
was one thing that BX did make us do as moderators. So he gave me a list of all the links. I mean, every single link that he had, because he had multiple channels. He had links for VPNs. He had links to his Patreon. He had links to his email club, his text thing.
His
And
SoundCloud.
we were just told to drop links as much as possible in the chat when we can.
Sometimes it was all links because we had like Teespring and Twitter and
Yeah.
Patreon and links to his most recent videos. And
Right.
I mean, we would spam the chat with links, I felt like at some points. And I think when we were first mods, it wasn't like that. He would say like, hey, if someone asked a question, like, you know, where do I buy this or where do I find this? He'd be like, hey, can one of the mods drop the link? And that's what we did. But it did get kind of, once he had 900 channels, it got crazy.
Well, it got to the
Wow.
point where like me and Jackie knew which link the other one was going to drop. So
Yeah.
like Jackie would always grab the iTunes and I would always grab
The Spotify.
the Spotify. Like we never grabbed, like she had hers and I had mine, and we knew we'd get that chat done and that was it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see,
right.
And we
I think-
actually never discussed that either. It just like organically happened where it's like, okay, she always grabs this one first, so I'll grab that one.
Wow, that's. I mean, he must have a lot of links.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many channels Bix has.
Nobody does.
I know I've just got the one channel, and that's enough for me because. I mean, what was it? Well, somebody turned around and said that if you want to diversify your channel, you need to have different channels for different things. But my answer to that is, well, no, you just do different things on different days.
Exactly.
That's how my mind works, because I'm like, well,
and you can have playlists, so you can put playlists for this topic, playlists for that topic, type of
exactly.
Yeah. I
'cause
counted in my head. He had 6 out, and one that he didn't give out yet, which is his ASMR channel.
See, I couldn't keep up with that, because it's like my mind can't keep up with that kind of thing.
I get it.
No,
I get it.
So Josh,
we
everybody
would
what
miss
your
his
channel is.
live chats because he wouldn't tell us they'd be happening, and we'd be talking to each other on the phone and be like, oh, we'll watch that video later, and then find out we missed a live chat.
Yep.
So I missed what somebody said to me.
Yeah, what were you saying?
I was saying, Josh, tell everyone what the name of your channel is, so everyone, whenever we're done tonight, can go subscribe to Josh.
Yes, and I'll definitely put in the description as well for everybody.
Oh, thanks, guys. And my channel name is my name. I don't know that people can see it on screen.
Let's see.
They should.
If
So
not, yeah.
It's just Josh J. Cox. So that's.
Well, it'll definitely be in the description. So if you do want to see them, give me a good, I don't know, half hour after the video is done, and it'll be in the description for sure. And I know If Snoop is here, she'll be putting it in the chat too, because she's good like that.
And
I will take my mods because they are good.
my channel is sort of like, I planning to do a live tomorrow. I think, I don't know, depends on how my voice feels. And I will be sort of posting more videos.
What kind of stuff do you post on your channel?
At the moment, it is just lives and commentary.
Okay.
And I've done some makeup things.
Ooh.
I have not putting makeup on yet.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable enough to try and put makeup on
Well,
screen.
you have a month. You have a month to help me learn how to put eyelashes on.
Oh, can't do that. I've tried.
I need to learn how to do this.
I've gotten the glue everywhere.
Oh, that doesn't give me much hope. No.
Although I just bought some magnetic lashes, but I still haven't messed with them. Like, they're in the box, and I'm like, I'm going to though.
Yeah.
See, I hear they work. They're magnetic ones.
Yes. I've
But I
worn
haven't
them
bought any
before, but I had some that were really good and some that were they hurt for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it was just the way where the magnets were, because it wasn't like a whole magnet across the band. It was just little pieces of magnets, and you had to get them lined up, and they were itchy and horrible. So it depends on the ones you get, but
yeah.
I was so afraid of false lashes for so long, and then I felt like, okay, I just have to do it. So I bought a ton of them and glue, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, because let's be real, people, this is where we learn everything now.
Yeah.
I saw someone put the glue on, they got black glue, not the clear glue. They put it on their eye like eyeliner.
Yeah.
And then they stuck the eyelash to it instead of trying to paint it on the band. So that's how I put my eyelashes on, and it is so easy.
Good to know, because I did buy the black glue and I did buy the clear glue, and I bought a whole bunch of different eyelashes to try. I have naturally long eyelashes, so I've never really been like, oh, I need eyelashes. But my brother is getting married and I want to look gorgeous, and we're all doing our own makeup, so I got to learn how to do the eyelashes for everybody.
Oh.
Did you hear me?
No, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Said you already look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
It does. I know I can't. Eyelashes are a bit of a temperamental thing, because I need my glasses to see. So when I take my glasses off, I'm like practically blind. So doing eye makeup and stuff like that is awkward.
I can imagine. Well, I can't wait to see you do it on your channel. So when you get the courage to do it, I can't wait to see.
I'm sure I will. I think I tried to record one, but it went a bit wrong.
Well, I can't wait. And I'm going to keep posting. Please post a video for me.
And if you ever want to show us a video first and get our opinion before you let it go to the public, we will absolutely.
Oh, thanks, guys. You guys are also see, this is what I love about this, right? I've been on social media for too long. No, years. And I pretty much kept myself to myself, so to speak. And then when the KJ stuff happened, I sort of did a few videos and then sort of got, I think it was actually Spiracy that did it. Yeah, I think it was Spiracy that sort of threw me into the community.
Yeah. We gotta love her. I love her.
She's a lovely person.
Yeah. She's been encouraging us so much, and it's so nice to know someone that is a creator that is encouraging you and letting you know you guys are doing great. Keep going. And that warms my heart, and it means so much to me that she not only did that for you, but she's doing it for us. And that means a lot as a person in general, not just a creator. And that is who she is. And that's why it hurts when I hear different things that people say.
Yeah, I know. Because at the end of the day, we all should be uplifting each other.
I agree. And that's why we wanted to start this channel, was so that way we can give everyone else a chance to talk if they wanted to, because we didn't get to really when we were modding for BX, and our opinions didn't really matter. Even though he would use our research, it was never our opinions about the research. So that's why we're like, you know what? If anyone wants to come and talk on our lives that we do, we'd be more than happy. Like, that's what we want. Like, we just want to have fun and enjoy it. And
you shouldn't say that, because Just Brit said that, and I've been on her lives quite a lot.
You are more than welcome to come on anytime we're on. It's an invitation. It's an open invitation.
Yeah, and you guys are all welcome to come on when I go live too. Not that I've been live a lot over the past couple of weeks, but you guys are all welcome.
I'll be there for sure. Let's finish up. Let's just finish up though the weekly recap, because we're on Thursday, so we're almost there.
Yeah.
One other thing that happened on Thursday was Chrissy Teigen. Everybody, I have a photo. She left Twitter. And I've seen a couple of YouTubers that have been talking about this. And Chrissy's goodbye tweets said, "Hey, for over 10 years, you guys have been my world. I honestly owe so much to this world that we have created here. I truly consider so many of you my actual friends. But it's time to say goodbye. This is no longer serving me as a positive as it is serves me negatively. And I think that it's time to call always, oh my God, I'm not reading it. Call something. My life goal is to make people happy. The pain I feel when I don't is too much for me. I've always been portrayed as the strong clapback girl, but I'm just not. My desires to be like in fear of pissing people off have made me somebody you don't sign up for, and different humans than I started out here as. Live well, tweeters. Please know all I ever cared about was you." And I feel like if people need a break from social media, they should.
Yeah.
And I totally understand where she's coming from. If it's not serving her positive anymore, then what's there to keep the negative going? And this is actually one thing that apparently KJ also agreed with Chrissy's statement on leaving Twitter, because she posted a tweet late Thursday night saying, "Chrissy Teigen is right about Twitter. It's toxic AF. I hate this platform." And what I have to say to KJ, if you hate the platform, why do you tweet so much? And why don't you just get off then?
Also, like, my memory isn't that short, KJ. I remember your video you did where you pretty much called Chrissy Teigen the biggest bully on Twitter. And you did this whole story about her and what she said to Courtney Stodden back in like 2005 or something. So, yeah, you go ahead and suck up to Chrissy Teigen today.
Stace, this is your part next. What did KJ do an Instagram live about on Thursday?
Oh, gosh. So, KJ has a Duggar exclusive, guys. I'd love to show you the documents, but she stamped her watermark on top of somebody else's work. Because it's literally just excerpts from a book that was written 50 years ago.
That's a KJ move.
She starts this live off by saying, "Do we need to discuss about the female anatomy?"
Oh God, I remember this. Oh, sorry.
I know I knew you were gonna remember this.
Because
I watched 3 minutes and I started to watch this live. Somebody reposted it and I started watching it and I was like, nope, I can't. I literally cannot sit and watch this.
Oh, it gets better though.
Someone give me the Cliff's notes of what she said, because this I I want to know. I want to tear her apart for this one.
So she starts off by making fun of. So what it is it's the instructions that the parents will give to their adult children before their wedding night. And, they're homeschooled, so their sex education's probably going to come from the parents. But the first thing this book says is that you can get a UTI from having sex. And she starts off this thing by saying, let's discuss the female anatomy because that's just not true.
Do we need to give KJ a lesson?
Well, we don't, because her chat that night was doing a pretty darn good job, including a few nurses that were like, so you absolutely can get a UTI from having, fun times with your partner. She got so angry that they would not move on. She yells at them. She's like, okay, I get it. I was wrong. Okay. Quit writing it. Why are you guys still writing it? I get it. Okay. I know I was wrong. You know what? If you're not going to listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, she points out somebody, and I don't remember the girl's name, poor person, but she points them out and she's like, you know what? You're out of here. And then she just shuts off the stream completely. So it was a totally good look. I wonder why she didn't upload that one to YouTube like she did the previous live.
My favorite is when she gets mad during her lives. I love it when she gets really angry. And then all of a sudden you see her hand come really close to the camera. And because, she's deleting people out of the chat and kicking them, blocking them from her channel. And she just stops. You can see the rat running on the wheel in her brain. Yeah. It is so funny to watch her go from, I know everything, I'm the smartest person in the world, and you should all listen to me, to what the hell is wrong with all of you, and why are you being mean to me, and everyone needs to apologize and then bow down. It's so funny to watch it on her face. It's like the favorite part of my week.
I love that.
But she came on so strong, though. That's what makes me laugh. She came on so strong and was going on about
and what she was saying, wasn't she? Yeah. She was smug.
Yeah. And what was it? I think I clicked off when she turned around and she said, the hymen can be broken with a tampon.
What?
Mm-hmm. What? I was like, great. Okay, I didn't need to know that, but okay.
Right?
Kim, it's a totally outdated book, but to be fair, we don't really have great sexual education classes as a nation anyway. It depends on where you live, on how good your education on that's going to be here, but it's got outdated stuff in it, severely outdated stuff in it. But like I said, it is 50 years old and written for.
I closed it. I knew you were going to say you closed
Jackie,
it.
What was the name of that book again? Like, we had the name pulled up.
You showed me in a Discord DM.
I'll look it up in the Discord.
It's intended for
I think it's intended
in sexual fulfillment in Christian marriage, intended for pleasure, and it was written 50 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm not being. There's a whole thing about KJ and Christianity, but the thing is that's what the Duggars want to teach the children.
Yeah.
Why? I don't get why. I mean, I know why she's going after the Duggars, I think, but it's like, if that's what they want to do, it's their faith. It's what they believe in. You can't stop them.
I agree.
Right. Well, we all like to hear about the fun DT and what's going on in the fun, because it's fascinating to us. because even those of us that were raised in strict households, Stacy and I were both raised in the South, so we know a lot about these fundy groups, because a lot of them come from areas where we are from, the Bible Belt, and the South is full of fundamentalists. However, like, she does it because she has a vendetta against them. She talks about them because she wants to make other people look bad. She doesn't want to just spill tea. She wants to publicly shame others to make herself feel better. And that's why people hate her so much, because of the way she comes across. If she was just talking about what's happening with them and not saying, well, let's talk about how I'm right and this book is outdated and the Duggars shouldn't do it, that people are like, okay, you smug bitch, like, shut up. No one cares.
Yeah.
And Belinda Paul did put the name of the book is called Intended for Pleasure.
Right.
And you know,
What
I
a
was
great name.
Jackie and I were discussing this book earlier, and then I saw Bugsy B in the chat bring it up too. Is that she's always telling us, you know, how the women are like mistreated and stuff, which, you know, there are some beliefs that, yeah, I'm like, yeah, forget you, that's not how things work. But still, this book actually, like, the first whole chapter is like just learning how to please the woman so that it's pleasurable for her too. And
Yeah.
you're like, you're making fun of them because they're like stressing to somebody how important it is to make sure your partner's enjoying it too.
You see, I mean, wasn't KJ raised Christian or was it Catholic?
Well, Catholic is Christian, but yeah, she was raised Catholic. Like, she was raised strict Catholic, from what I understand.
Yeah.
But you see, but what I don't, right, my partner was raised Catholic. He left the faith many years ago. But he doesn't sit there and go around bashing the faith.
I agree.
He just left the faith.
I mean, if you are raised that way and then you grow up and you realize maybe that's not what I believe now as an adult, I can totally understand that.
And see, that's something too that I've never, because she'll sit there and pat herself on the back and talk about how I've helped fundies escape. They've messaged me and said, like, I was on the cusp and then I was listening to your content, and so I left. I call BS on that, because if I was thinking about leaving and I thought that was the kind of reception I was going to get, is being made fun of for how stupid I've been this whole time, yeah, like, I'm going to leave my family for that.
And Josh, here's a little tip about you, about me. I was from pre-K all the way up to my last year, senior in high school, which is 12th grade. I went to a Catholic school my whole life.
Oh, wow.
So I had religion class every day, and I had to go to church, and I had to do all of that. And as an adult, it's not that I don't believe in God, but I don't necessarily believe everything that I learned my whole life.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense really now as an adult that it did maybe back then. But even back then, I was questioning it, you know?
Yeah.
So it happens. I get it. But I'm not going to be like, you know, you're wrong and the Catholics are wrong and their teachings are wrong and you shouldn't practice what, like, that's just not who I am. If you believe in that, that's your choice.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I don't get. KJ was raised Catholic, you know, and she's going on this vendetta against fundies, which, you know, yes, I understand the fundy community is it's an interesting thing to research and to look into because of the cult-like behavior.
Yep.
and things like that. I watch a great YouTuber by the name of Jimmy Snow.
Okay.
Oh, I love Mr. Atheist.
Yeah, he's great. But the way in which he deconstructs Christianity mostly um, is totally different to the way KJ does it. And I think the reason why KJ goes after people like the Duggars is purely for the fame game.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think she does it because it brings those views in.
Because there are plenty of YouTubers who are fundamentalists, who are trying to recruit on YouTube. I've seen them.
Wow.
That is so true. Like, especially, well, I've seen a lot of like FLDS on YouTube.
What does FLDF stand for?
The fundamentalist Latter-day Saints. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a sect of Mormonism, but it's a very fundamental. It's like the Warren Jeffs clan, the Kingston groups, those people who still. LDS doesn't believe in polygamy, but FLDS does believe in polygamy. And it's
And
amazing.
child brides too. That's why they keep getting into trouble.
Exactly. That's why Warren Jeffs is in prison. Well, that's the thing is a lot of like family YouTubers are Mormon. And nothing against the Mormons, but a lot of them are fundamentalist Mormons. And they don't always say it on their channel, but they have this like strong family values thing going on. And then you see pictures of the temples hanging in their walls, and you start to realize, okay, they all live in Utah, and then it kind of spirals from there. I think Passenger.
You should also check out and see how many multi-level marketing companies.
Oh yeah, a lot of Mormons do love the multi-level marketing scheme.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. There are plenty of people, fundamentalists, that KJ could cover and cover it correctly, but she doesn't. She goes after people like the Duggars, who have a TV. Do they have a TV show? Is it? I think
they do.
Yep.
Well,
that's
they had 19 Kids and Counting was their last one. Now they have Counting On, which is for the kids, but the parents are still featured in it. So,
wow, that's big family. And that's the thing. She goes after people like them because they have a TV show, so they are a recognized
yes,
public figures. I mean, the fundamentalists on, you could class people who are on YouTube public figures as well, but people like the Duggars who have more fame, so that's the reason why she goes after them. Excuse me, because it's the fame game.
Yep.
And that just irritates me.
That's because she goes after them because she knows that she can like clickbait and people are going to watch that video. Like, I think she put one out. I can't remember when, Jackie. What was it about? Like Joyanna's doctor very worried for.
That was like baby. The other day. I want to say yesterday. Yeah.
Well.
Oh no, it was today. It was today.
Okay.
It was today.
Well, I didn't watch the video, but that's not what happened at all. Like, they took her to Little Rock because Little Rock is where the children's hospital is, because she has a bump on her head, and they were worried because, she's a newborn, and the doctor said she doesn't need to wear a helmet or anything like that. The baby lives fine. If, bring her back if it gets any worse. Like, and KJ was like, again, I didn't watch the video, but basing it off of the title, that sounds a little bit like clickbait since I already know the real story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on a little bit from KJ for now, because we will go back to her when it comes to Friday. We have one more story that happened on Thursday. So on Thursday, T when seeing that Aaliyah returned the money plus an extra $23 back to her, she decided that she was going to donate the money after talking to her members on Discord to the Ronald McDonald House of Charities of New England, which I already have linked, and it still will be in the description, a link to the Ronald McDonald House of Charities if you guys want to donate to them as well. I love the Ronald McDonald House of Charity. It's very close to my heart, which T didn't even know that until today. I did a lot of volunteer work there back in high school because I went to a Catholic school and we had to have volunteer hours. And I also raised a lot of money as well for them to donate during those times. But the Ronald McDonald House is a temporary home away from home for families of children who are being treated at nearby hospitals. On their donation site, you can simply donate, or you can also choose a couple different programs that they have, like the local chapters, which you can choose a local chapter in the state that you're in. If you're not in, the link that we have in the description is for the US, but I also provide the email because if you're not in the US, you can email them and they'll give you the link to the nearest Ronald McDonald House in your area. So like you, Josh, who's not in the US, they have Ronald McDonald houses probably where you are. So you can email them and you can find out where the local one is for you. But they also have other programs like the Ronald McDonald House Mobile Care Program. They have the Ronald McDonald Family Room Program, which they provide rooms inside hospitals for the family to hang out in. But we have that in our description if anyone would also like to donate. That was something that we thought was a good ending to that story. With the money situation going back and forth. And we really think T did an amazing job by just donating the money that Aaliyah ended up giving back to her. So we're on now till Friday. So Friday, to continue on to this story, chapter Epilogue, Aaliyah did do an apology video this afternoon, apologizing to T for making the video and jumping the gun, and it was wrong of her, she said. She also said in the video that sometimes that she understands how it made T feel, and it made her look really impatient, and she doesn't blame people for the way that they may feel about her. She also states that her anger was directed towards something else and that she effed up and some stupid stuff made her feel that way. She admits to letting her anger get the best of her and that she was angry towards the whole YouTube system and she was frustrated about things on Twitter that she shouldn't have anything to do or let alone press the record button. During the stream, she made a comment. A comment was brought up about the racism and taking her to court, which Aaliyah addressed with saying she didn't call anyone racist. And what she said was that they were racist things that had been done, but she stopped short of calling anyone racist. She admitted that she didn't really know people and people don't know her, that she can't say if someone is racist, and she doesn't know to call T racist. But she also said that the statement was kind of a racist bias and that it's not that type of racism, which I don't really completely understand because the comment that she put out kind of seemed, if you didn't know that this is what she meant, it was a race, like you would have thought, wow, she's calling Spiracy racist, not meaning that her comment maybe was racist bias. So that I didn't understand in her video, but she said that she was being stupid and selfish and that she didn't have any excuse for what she had made in the remark to her video. And then she apologized again and ended this stream. With all this being said, we just really hope that Aaliyah met her apology and that this does not continue for the drama and keeps being posted or talked about on other platforms. We really don't know what to expect with today's stream after seeing things that she had posted on Twitter. So I'm very happy that the stream went the way that it did today with the apology and her video that she made. But the last thing that we have today, which I know you would love, Josh, KJ shared diagrams of lady bits all day today on Twitter.
And she shared those because it's the diagrams in the book that show a man what to do to his companion when they're doing it for the first time. And she goes, could you imagine getting these from your father? So my question for her is, instead of Jim Bob handing them a book and letting them go back and look at it and figure it out for themselves, would she have rather Jim Bob tell them, you know, like, well, for your mother, this is what she likes? Because I mean, what was the other option there?
I think a book is a good option.
A book is a good option.
What the hell is wrong with that lady? Like,
Yeah. That was my thoughts exactly when I saw what she was posting. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, okay. And I think she was just mad too, still from the night before, that she didn't really get to finish her talk because she was wrong about the whole UTI thing, and she wanted to continue the conversation, and so she went to Twitter about it. That's what I felt.
Does anyone else think that she's actually learning from this book for the first time, and she's and that's why she's like publicly putting it out there, because she had absolutely no idea that half of this stuff existed? And maybe
well, apparently she didn't know it was
like,
true either.
Wait, it feels good for y'all?
No, like how often do you do this? Once a year?
Oh my God. I can imagine she's probably showing Todd the diagrams too, saying, look, this is what you have to do. I can't.
My eyes are burning from the thought, so let's move on.
Yeah, mine too.
Yes. Well, that's all we have really with the recap. We do want to give a shout out to the Dear Vet Show, who will be doing a stream tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's called The Rise and Fall of BX. And we just want to let her know that we will definitely see you there. But yeah, we are welcome to talk about what happened this week now. So whatever you guys want to talk about now, this is open discussion time.
Anything we may have missed?
Yep.
I just want to go back to this might be small, but the Hannah Montana letter. You know, I think it's interesting, and I don't know why she read it. I haven't read it, and I couldn't really see what it said on screen.
Okay.
But you mentioned that she's really never said anything positive about Hannah Montana. When Disney stars, like child stars, try to branch out from the immense popularity that they have through the Disney Channel or whatever, it feels like they have to do something crazy to separate them from, I'm not a child anymore, and here I am. You know, so when she chopped all of her hair off and she started doing like nasty things on stage and whatnot, that's probably her way of trying to separate herself. So I think it's really like, it's normal for me for people to not say good things about what happened to them when in child stardom, because of hearing all of the different things that did happen to like Corey Haim. Yes, I'm that old. You know, Macaulay Culkin, all these. And then if they don't separate, then they end up in Disney forever. And we see that with That's So Raven. Like she's never getting away from her Disney Channel life. And although she's a great actress and I loved her show, like as a 40-year-old woman, why is she still there? Because she never really separated.
Fair point.
Yes, very good point.
Well, and then think of how many you just never even see again.
Yeah.
That is
Disney,
true
Biggest
too.
star ever, and then you literally will never see them again.
yeah. Disney have very, very strict contracts and stuff like that, and yeah, you see it with a lot of with all the teen um stars. They because they rise to fame so young.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, you look at I'm sure it was Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears, and yes, I am this old. I'm they were on. They got their stardom as
The Mickey
kids.
Mouse Club.
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah,
With
Was
and
it
look what
Justin
Justin.
that.
Timberlake on that too?
Yes, he
He
was.
was. Yeah,
And like Ryan Gosling.
Oh
yeah, and look,
yes. Forgot about that.
yeah, but look what they did. That
Yeah.
they had the perfect sweet girl image when they burst out into the music scene, and then I think Britney did "Slave for You"
Yep.
and Christina did "Dirty," and then it was like there was no
But it was disgusting how they were treated back then, and I was guilty of it too because it was just normal. Like, but I was also like a 12 to 13-year-old when they were doing this to Britney Spears. But like, imagine today if a new artist came out and the only question any reporter ever asked her was, "Hey, are you still a virgin?" Can you imagine what would happen to those reporters?
Oh my god.
Right.
get a black eye, but yeah,
Yeah. You have a good point, Stacy. Like, first of all, I'll tell a quick story. I was a technical dancer for 17 years. I did actually dance at Disney World and work there for a short period. And
Wow.
I can tell
wow,
you it's not that great. I mean, so here's what I'll tell you. Like, I'm no child star like they were. I had a very low paying job as a teenager performing. And the life that people live working for Disney is insane. So I can't
I've heard. Yeah.
just what I did. You have your shift that you work and you do so many shows during a day, which is very physical, by the way, and you're always on. You cannot, there's a lot of rules. Like, you can't um, walk around in different lands. If you work in Frontierland, you can't go to Cinderella's castle, different things like that. And
Isn't there like a whole separate entrance for you guys
yeah,
too?
it's underground. You go underground.
Okay. Yep.
So all of the costumes, all of the dance studios, everything is underground, and there's hallways underground. So if you need to get places from one land to another, you have to go underground and come back up. And so there's a lot of rules. And like, we would work all day, and then we would rehearse at 11 o'clock at night. So you're rehearsing from like 11 p.m. to 2 o'clock in the morning. And then your shows start at 9:30 a.m. and they go until like 5 o'clock. So it's brutal. So if they're
Wow.
doing that to people that they're not really paying a lot of money to, that work at Disney World and Disneyland, I cannot imagine how hard the life is of a child star that's
Yeah.
constantly pumping out TV shows and all of the commercials and all of the tours and everything that they have to do. So once your brain is not strong enough to
no,
go through that and and not be mentally effed up in the head. So it's so it's sad to see so many of these really talented kids turn into drug addicts or end up like
Yeah.
Brittany, and have these
yeah,
public mental breakdowns. They deserve their privacy. They deserve rest. They deserve to live a somewhat normal life,
yeah,
childhood, and they don't get it. So, it's like
no,
anyone would break under that.
yeah.
Wow. That's I've heard some stories,
Well, yeah, I've heard some
but
stories too.
I
About
didn't realize like it was that bad too. That's a long time. So did you get paid to rehearse?
Yeah, you get paid by the hour. But it's like dancing is a brutal business. You've got to be up front. You
Yeah.
got to be better than everyone else in the room.
Yeah.
It's long. It's difficult. You're tired. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
a high paying career unless you're prima ballerina. And let's face it, there's not a lot because primas have to be 80 pounds and there's a very specific body type to them. They have to
Yeah.
have certain capabilities that not all human bodies have. So it's not like a lot of little girls go to dance class, mine included. Very few of them end up working in the field as a dancer as an adult.
Yeah.
There are some, like there were other girls that left my dance studio and went to work for Disney as well and work there, still do work there. And they've made it their life. But most open their own dance studios after they go to college and study dance in college,
Wow.
go to performing arts schools. That's where they end up because it's
Yeah.
just and once you're a certain age, you just can't do it anymore.
Oh
So
yeah.
your body changes, and it's like athletes in the Olympics. 16, is the prime age for going to the Olympics. And when we think about watching all these athletes and knowing they're teenagers, they're like ninth graders,
Yeah.
and they're performing in the Olympics, competing. It's the same thing with dancing, with sports. Like once you're 30, you're done.
That's true.
They say that about gay men too. Just want to point that out. Once you reach the age of 30, that's it. Your life's over.
I
Well,
don't
that was
believe
like
that
Wow.
one.
one of my favorite memes for like the last Olympics. It was like showing, I think it was the swimmers like swimming across the pool and a person like eating Pringles out of a can. Like, man, that's not good at all or something like, and it just cracks me up because I'm like, that is exactly what I do. I'm sitting here like watching the figure skaters, like that's awful. And I probably couldn't even stand on a pair of like ice skates.
Well, that's what I
Yeah.
did for 18 years of my life. I figure skated, but I also knew, like you said, like the Olympics is younger ages, 16 and that. And I knew at that age, I wasn't doing triple axles like the people on the Olympics. I was only doing single axles. So I knew I wasn't going to the Olympics. That I did go to a college that had an ice skating rink, so I could continue to skate. And I am now, being 33, looking into maybe going and teaching how these kids how to learn to skate like I did back
Oh,
then.
that's awesome.
Yeah, my cousin's child, she's 5. She just started ice skating lessons, and I saw her yesterday and she was like, "Can you show me how you did this? Can you show me how you did that?" And I was asking her, "Okay, what have you learned?" She just learned how to go backwards on ice skates. So I said, like, maybe I'll come and watch you, and then maybe, who knows, I can see about learning to just be a coach. Because, I mean, back then, my coach was making, well, we paid her for private lessons $60 for a whole hour. So I can only imagine how much it is now if it was that back then. So that's some money I can earn, and teach some kids how to skate, because I'm not bad. It wasn't Olympic worthy, but I did good.
Or like, I like to watch the gymnasts do their thing, and then like when they don't land it, I'm like, oh, we have to take
Yeah.
some points off for that.
Right?
I
That's
would
a
rather
solid
break
5.5.
something trying to-
What a sloppy floor routine.
I can do a roll across the floor until like I hurt my back.
Oh, I wish
I
you lived
know,
closer
like-
too.
Here's my cartwheel. I'm sure I could compete with these girls. I got it.
No, I don't think I could. I don't think
No,
I
I
could.
couldn't compete. Not at
I think
all.
that the gymnasts do are incredible. I always love watching the gymnasts on the Olympics, and even not on the Olympics when they do like the competitions and stuff on TV.
What was that
is,
little like fake cartwheel thing kids used to do on the playground?
oh, I know what you're
A
talking about.
cartwheel. What do you mean? Like a round off?
Yes, a
Like a-
round off.
Yeah.
Fake cartwheel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I could do round offs down the map, maybe about halfway before I was like, all right, this is as far as I'm going.
I used to be able to do one-handed cartwheels back in the day. But I got kicked out of dance. Oh, Josh must have got disconnected.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I mean, okay, so gymnastics was part of dancing, but not like Olympic gymnastics. It's very different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could do one-handed cartwheel. I will aerials, which are no hands
There he is.
cartwheels, and different
You're
like
welcome.
layouts, things like that. Back handspring,
Back.
but nothing serious. And these girls
Yeah.
are, I mean, it's just a whole new world. Like the bar,
Yeah.
and what are the, I don't even know what all the things are called that they do, but
The horse, the bar,
Yeah.
the floor work, the balance beam. I
Yeah.
think.
Wow.
And those ring things. I don't know what those ring things, but the guys
do
usually
the
do that.
rings, but
Yeah.
the girls have the two different level
Two
bars
different. Yep.
that they swing on, and
I love watching it. I can never do it though.
Yeah, I'm the
I
same.
love
I love watching it, but can't do it.
I love to judge it while I'm eating my Pringles on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that because I used to watch The Biggest Loser and eat ice cream. Like that was my favorite thing to do, and I felt
Ooh.
horrible every time. But
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
something I
I
would do.
love ice cream, and I'm like, yeah, run on that treadmill. But yeah, someone mentioned in the chat that the girls' gymnastics system is highly abusive, and that kind of goes back to what I was talking
Oh,
about
the vault. Yes, the
um,
vault. I forgot the vault.
with the vault, yeah, with the children, like child stars, like the gymnastics group. They've all been abused.
Yeah, I was gonna say
horrible.
that coach that how many girls did he abuse? I don't want to.
It was the doctor.
Yeah, the doctor. Like that's.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what they go through. Yeah, the ladies' vault, uneven bars, balance beam, floor exercise. I almost got it all. I forgot. The horse. It's the vault. But isn't the equipment called the horse? That's what it's called.
I think so.
I think I might be right there. What is so we talked also like with Chrissy Teigen leaving social media, like if you guys needed a break from social media, would you do something like that? Like
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I would.
What I didn't like about her statement was that she was like, I consider you all friends. Honey,
Yeah.
no, you don't. You've got like 30 million followers. You don't consider anybody friends. You don't talk in DMs to people. Like, just if you want to leave because it's not healthy for your mental health is failing or it's negatively impacting your life, just say that. But don't be like, I'm so sad I'm leaving everyone because you're all my besties. That seems fake to me.
Yeah.
And you know what? If she's back in like a day or two, then you know for a fact it wasn't to do with mental health, it's to do with something else.
Well, and like I do feel bad for her because she did have that horrific
reputation.
miscarriage.
Oh.
And people have been like being awful to her on Twitter about it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, her and John had gotten pregnant and it was going to be another little boy.
Oh no.
Oh.
People were rude to her on Twitter though?
Oh, I couldn't even say what kind of messages they were leaving her about this on Twitter.
It was pretty horrible.
Wow.
Why are people so cruel? What is the point in it?
I don't know. I wish I could explain that.
Yeah, they want to make themselves feel better. The only reason people are cruel is because they don't like themselves. So they're trying to make themselves feel better by making other people feel bad. So
that's true.
It doesn't work.
But going after someone's miscarriage, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they blamed her they were saying she was involved in that Pizzagate scandal and that she was on Epstein's Island. Like, there's a lot of people who tried to tie her to some conspiracy theories wrapped up in politics. And clearly none of that was true. I mean, I think she put a tweet up once that said, I love pizza. And people ran with that to say this is her being involved in Pizzagate and she abuses children.
Oh my God. Then don't let me say that I love pizza. I come from a city that is known as the best pizza city in the world. Or the US, I should say. So, because I haven't tried Italian pizza yet, and that is a goal of mine one day. But God help me, I can't put up I love pizza. Like, really?
No.
Maybe you should have some good New York pizza. Who knows? Like, come on.
Speaking of, do you so being where you're from, have you ever seen the movie Mystic Pizza?
Of course.
Favorite movie ever.
I love that movie.
I want to go to New England just so I can go to Mystic Pizza.
Yeah, we can't give any things away, but I've been there. It's a very nice town. Yes.
And if we happen to have to drive through the town where they filmed Gilmore Girls on our way, so be it.
And I heard that they really didn't film Gilmore Girls, though, like any parts there. That's what I heard. It's only what I heard.
There is a town. There's just not a town called
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But once a year they put that gazebo out and dress the town up to make it look like how it did when they were filming. So we'll have to plan this road trip accordingly.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Yes, we will. It's gonna be a long road trip.
Stars Hollow, that's the name.
Yes, Stars Hollow. Yes. I don't know about that, Truth. Can't say that because we got it. They just called it for us where I am. We'll talk about that later. I'll put it up on the screen. Did I put it on the screen?
You're fixing to have a pizza war.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you.
Pizza war.
But God help us. Yeah. If I had to take a social media break, it wouldn't be a problem for me. I mean, maybe the hardest thing to get me off of right now is Discord. That's the hardest social media platform to get me off of.
Kim, I think if they ever got pizza from either place where we live, they would probably be appalled.
Oh, well, okay. Yes, absolutely. Because pizza here is Domino's or Pizza Hut. There's no.
That's funny. I had was it? No, I had Domino's the other day.
Yeah, Domino's is fake pizza where we're from.
It is. It's funny because pizza places in states that are not known for pizza, they're all called like Chicago style pizza or New York pizza.
It's a lot of Chicago style down there. Yep.
Yes.
But even the Chicago style doesn't actually look like the pizza from Chicago because, like,
it's true.
When you see the pictures from the one in Chicago, you're like, that's like the size of a lasagna. I'm not eating that.
Right. Well, so I've been to Chicago. I sometimes have to go to Chicago for work. And I remember the first time I went to, I think it's called Lou Manetti's or something like that.
Yeah.
Someone from Chicago, tell me what it is. It's a famous pizza place. And in where I'm from, you can eat a whole pizza by yourself because it's not real pizza. It's like it's like pizza on a cracker. And so I ordered a pizza there, and they bring this monstrosity out to me, and I get through half of one piece and feel like I'm going to vomit and die because the pizza is just so thick and there's so much to it. So there's nothing like Chicago pizza in Chicago or even in surrounding places like Schaumburg.
Yeah, that's I mean Chicago pizza is not bad, but it's not.
I'm just saying, have you noticed how the pizza places in our states will say Chicago style and the other one will say New York style, and they both taste very, very similar?
Yeah, they taste like ragu on a cracker with some.
And that's what it probably is. Actually, when I went to Nashville, and they made me try the pizza in Nashville, and I'm like, you guys just never had good pizza. They're like, I swear this is the best pizza in Nashville, and I'm like, no, it's you.
See, that's why it always cracks me up whenever y'all start talking about pizza and like everyone's getting excited because I'm like, I mean, I guess we can have pizza if that means I don't have to cook, but I don't know why we're happy about it.
You got to learn to make it the Italian way. I do make my own pizzas too, so I'll teach you. Maybe it'll be a video for Discord. There you go. Teach you guys how to make good pizza.
Well, when you come to visit me, there's a lot of.
I'll bring some pizza.
Yeah, bring pizza because there's nothing good down here.
Do you have an air fryer?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Okay.
But there is a lot of authentic Cuban restaurants.
Okay.
Really good food, and then the South. We're known.
I don't think I've had good Cuban food ever. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're known for like soul food and.
Oh yes, I get a good taste of that.
And
no.
Yeah, I know. But
maybe that's a little too southern. What about the barbecue? Yes, we'll go for that.
That's barbecue like it's regional though. It's like every region has a different kind of barbecue. So
I guess they kind of the barbecue places that they have up here, they try to say is like down south. But when I tried it in North Carolina, it was not like that. It was good barbecue.
So North Carolina has more of a mustard type barbecue.
Okay.
Down in like the Arkansas
there was
area, in the Arkansas area, we do kind of more like a Kansas City mixed with Memphis type style. It's real thick and sweet.
Okay.
With the molasses. You get to like the Texas area, they like do a dry rub.
Yeah. Like like carbonado sugar and spices, dry rub in Texas. And Texas will also tell you that you don't put beans in chili.
That's true. You also don't put beans in chili that you're going to use on a hot dog, though.
Memphis barbecue is the best.
Memphis barbecue is the best.
And I don't really know what the barbecue in Florida tastes like because every time I go to Florida, I'm like, obviously I'm getting fresh seafood. So,
yeah. Well, and that, that is good. If you don't love seafood, don't come here because we're surrounded by water. So Florida has tons and tons of seafood restaurants. And typically they're better on the East Coast than they are on the West Coast because the Gulf is a place, y'all. Like it's not a great piece of ocean.
It's a lot of different fish than what we are used to up here. Like Maine lobster is like the best lobster I've ever had in my entire life. And I don't eat lobster, even though I'm close. I'm on the water, like we're close to that area. I won't eat lobster from my state at all. Like, because my cousin's a lobsterman, so, I get spoiled with the Maine lobster. I can only imagine what it tastes like, though, down there. It's got to taste maybe different than I would think.
It does, because, it's shipped. And, so it's like there's no lobster caught this far south. Because
it's too warm. Yeah.
Right. So, regionally, like, we're known for shrimp. Lots of shrimp boats out in the Gulf. We're known for, there's these things called tiger prawns, which are basically giant shrimp.
Okay.
There's a lot of that down here. There's kingfish. There's a huge kingfish tournament in Florida every single year. People come from all over for it. So the Gulf is the toilet bowl of the U.S. Absolutely, you are correct. And whenever they decided to dump a bunch of oil in it, when that place, like the oil started leaking out of that offshore drilling well, it really destroyed a lot of businesses, a lot of fishing. There's so many people who were out of work because they couldn't fish in the Gulf, and the whole West Coast is tourist destination. So it was really horrible. So, bad oil, drive hybrids and things. But anyway, so it's like down here, if you order a lobster or Maryland blue crab, it's not going to be good. You have to go to Maryland. You have to go to Chesapeake Bay Fish Market to get Maryland blue crab. You cannot get it in any other state and it not be disgusted.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I'd love to try food from down there. I'm trying to think what else happened this week that we can maybe... we covered Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything we've missed.
Yeah, we talked about everything. I mean, H3 podcast, that I love them. I love their opinion on the whole David Dobrik situation. I mean,
The Deepwater Horizon oil spill of 2010.
That's correct. And there's a movie about it,
Thank you,
Mark
Snoop Medic.
Wahlberg. So if it, and we didn't want to watch the movie. My husband was like, "We know what happens. We were there, so we saw it on the news every single day." But the movie actually is pretty good. So if you guys want to watch
yeah.
Deepwater Horizon,
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, lovely symbols. How are ya? Would love
I
to
was
hear
gonna
Dash's
give
comment. She wants to hear your comment on chapter epilogue, or what? Did you miss that? How did you feel about what chapter epilogue did and all that with T?
I think from what I can gather, it sounded like she was just being impatient with the money.
I agree.
But the comments that were ensuing on Twitter was very strange. Because she's been is it Aliyah?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah, sorry. Aaliyah has been accused of being a grifter before this situation. And I actually watched her video where she attacked Spiracy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to skip to the bit where she was where she went off on Spiracy. I watched like nearly all of it.
Yeah.
And the thing that got me was this, right? I'm not going to sit here and turn around and say, if she is somebody that is poor and down on her luck, I feel sorry for her. I really do. But the way in which she tripped herself up in that live, because I'm sorry, I'm somebody that I can't work because of my health conditions.
Yeah.
My partner works full time and works all the hours, God sends.
Yeah.
God bless him.
We have a lot in common right now.
But I can't. She turned around and said that she got a new hard drive for her laptop, and her laptop is only a year old. And I'm like, this is a woman that's meant to be poor and struggling. And I'm like, I can't afford a new hard drive for a laptop. And I'm okay, I'm running a house, but
it's a lot of money too, and I'm in the same boat in a way. My laptop though I've had since December, but I also downloaded something where I connected my old Microsoft account to my laptop, and somehow it downloaded a bunch of stuff from that laptop onto this one. So I had an external hard drive, thank God, that my brother bought me for Christmas 2 years ago, and that's been saving my life right now because I have no memory on this, and I don't know how that happened in so long, like such a short period of time since December.
Is your laptop running Windows 10?
Of course it is.
Was your old laptop running Windows 10?
I think maybe it was.
What the way in which Windows runs now is anything you do on one,
it goes to
the other because it's all backed up. It's like Google.
Yes, and why does it do? How do I stop that?
Jackie,
Yeah.
I have
Kim's
no
gonna-
idea.
Kim's
I
got
have
to
no
leave
clue.
here in a second, so I was going to let her go ahead and say goodnight
Oh,
to
okay.
everyone. So
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. But the children are still awake, so
Oh, I know.
I need to somehow get them into bed. And
Not a problem.
sorry I couldn't be on later tonight, but thank you everyone, and I'll come back if you guys are still alive later.
It was lovely
And
talking.
hopefully we'll do this again very soon. So
Yes.
so thanks and good night and see you soon.
All right. Well, see you later, Kim.
Good night, honey.
Love you.
Thank you, Illuminati. Good to see you. We love your videos.
Yes. But yeah, we'll have to. My brother's the computer genius, so I got to get him to look at my computer.
I used to be good with computers like 10 years ago. I used to be like the tech person in like my mum's house.
Yeah.
And then when I moved out on my own at like 24, it kind of all just went downhill because of like partying and drinking, and I haven't kept up with like any of it all.
Something I kind of figured it was probably because it was all connected, but there's got to be a way to get rid of leave it on the old computer. I don't need it on this freaking computer.
Yeah, I think there is a way, but I cannot for the life of me.
Yeah.
When Windows was like XP,
Yeah.
I was shit hot at that. I knew everything that was to do with it. I knew everything there. It changed to Vista, and I got around that.
Yeah.
And then it changed to 7, and I was like,
yeah. I'm a Windows girl, so yeah.
I was like, okay.
And that's probably why it's a bad thing because everything's on Windows. Like,
yeah, I got up to date with Windows 7, and then Windows 10 came out, and I was like, huh? How does this work?
Yeah. Well, anyways, I interrupted too about you finishing how you felt about her video because we got distracted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No. That was the thing is, it's like I can't afford a new hard drive or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But she can. And I was like, wait a minute. Hold on a second. It's like, if she is poor and she is struggling, I do feel sorry for her. I genuinely do. But she's tripping herself up in the lives, and I'm like, And the thing that really knocked me was she's got her. I have a PayPal account. I'll admit that I do. I've got a PayPal account.
Yeah, so do I. I have Venmo. I have Cash App, but that's family and other stuff I pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what knocks me is she's going on about money.
Yeah.
And things like that. But on the bottom of her screen is all these Cash Apps, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, I agree.
I'm like, I mean, you can do it. Don't get me wrong. I've got no problem with people doing it.
Same here.
But don't sit there and complain about money and then ask for money at the same time, if that makes sense.
I get it.
If that makes sense.
It makes sense.
That's what just annoyed me, because it's just. And there was a comment on somewhere where I think she was being accused. No, that was it. It was on a video. It was on her video. The way when she started up her YouTube channel.
Okay.
She was being accused. She immediately got accused of being a drug addict and something else.
Okay.
She got the reputation of doing that.
Yeah, and I mean, I did a video on her, so that didn't help. I know that.
But the issue I have there is, she hasn't just started her YouTube thing.
Yes.
She's
Correct.
been a moderator for KJ for a while, I think.
Yep.
That's what people have said.
She's been a moderator, she said, since the very beginning, like when she was at Pathio's.
And that's been 2 years ago, wasn't it?
No. I think it's like 3 years now.
Oh wow.
KJ, when did she write for Pathio's?
Oh, geez. I think that might have been like 2018, 2019.
Yeah, so it's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, so she's had a YouTube thing as long as KJ's had a YouTube career. So I'm like, she hasn't just started on YouTube.
Yeah.
She's had her YouTube career for a while.
Yeah.
She's just been a moderator. What she means is she hasn't posted on YouTube. I mean, I know that's like semantics, but I was like, you haven't just started on YouTube. You've been on here for a while.
Okay.
So, and I've had my YouTube for years. I've been on social media for years. And I have never been accused of being a drug addict or a grifter or anything like that. I'm like, you've got to ask yourself why you're being called that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. If someone's instant reaction to you is to call you, is to be called that, you've got to.
But we do have to keep in mind, like there's a whole another set of rules you live by, especially in some parts of the United States when you're a person of color, that you will be called things like that just for walking into the store when they didn't want you to.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
And I don't know, I don't remember exactly where she's from, but I know
Alabama.
she's from the South. So
Alabama.
I can guarantee you she's probably experienced a lot of it growing up.
Yeah, that's true too.
And that's harsh. She shouldn't have to experience that at all.
And that's what I don't like either, is she is kind of lumped us all together on Twitter as like all the anti-KJers. I mean, I'm an anti-KJer even. I mean, I don't watch her and I don't like what she says. So yes, I'm an anti-KJer, but
I'm the same.
Yeah, she's lumping us all together as racist, or we're our community. I saw those tweets and it was just like,
yeah, I saw them too.
But I agree with Jessie. I'm really glad that she apologized tonight. I also
I agree that
long ago. Like she knew on Wednesday that she was planning the stream on Friday. And that was in our breakdown. So for me, it was like, why did you wait so long to apologize? I would have apologized right away if I really made a mistake. You know what I mean? And I felt bad.
Well, and part of me wonders if that stream wasn't going to be used the other way, if things were going the other way. Like,
that's the thing.
I apologize to no one once it's,
That's the thing. It's like,
hey, Knuckles.
Hey. So I can't see the actual.
It's okay. Knuckles. We call him Knuckles.
I'm just saying, like, I'm kind of petty and I get really, really, like, I'll do some dumb stuff if I'm mad. So, like, that's something I would do. I would name a stream, like, I need to say sorry. And then when you clicked on it, it would be me over there just running my mouth. Like, yep, not sorry at all.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said we didn't understand we knew that she was going to do this stream, but the way it looked like on Twitter, it was like we didn't know which way it was going to go. And I'm very happy that she apologized. I mean, people are like, do you think she's sincere? You'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I hope that we wish her the best, and we just hope that this drama can end. Like, the money was donated, it went to a great cause, and it was a mistake.
Yeah.
So I hope this apology is sincere, because we know what AJ does when she apologizes. She deletes them.
Yeah, we do too. Yeah. Yeah, it was just those kind of. I just wanted to bring those things up because it was. I mean, yeah.
And I do want to mention that we really wish the best.
Yeah, I do. I do wish the best for her. I do wish her well, and I do want. I'm glad she apologized.
Yes.
and I'm really glad with how it ended up. Like everyone, was everyone that was involved in it. Like at the end of the day, the money went to the Ronald McDonald House. So
yeah, it went to a good charity. Yeah.
And that charity helps out so many families. So many families.
Yeah.
And they do such great things. So exactly. They both should. That's what I mean. They both should be happy by that.
Yeah.
So we can only wish
happy that should mean that this story doesn't carry over into next week at all.
I hope
so.
We hope. I hope that I don't have to cover it in the recap next week. Exactly.
We hope not.
I hope that I can cover in the recap like some good news too.
Yeah.
Not that we had bad news, but.
And I'm starting to wonder if some good news ain't coming, because somebody has been awfully silent on Twitter, just barely tweeting the last couple of days.
That's what I mean. How do we know on Wednesday something didn't get served and we have to wait? I'm pretty sure, like, I can't remember working in a law firm, how long it took before it showed up on Pacer or something like that once they got served. I can't remember that because I didn't have to deal with that in the office.
And they may be in talks to like settle before before they do get served.
I do know that
because she mentioned she'd like to try mediation.
Yes. I do know that in Minnesota though, my theory is I am hoping that they will refile the defamation case in Minnesota. And they do have some time to refile it. It might not happen as fast as we all would like to happen. But I do know in Minnesota that they have a statute of limitations of 2 years for defamation cases. So let's hope that Salty is taking his time to do it right and have everything in place when he files. So that way it's kind of like she can't do what she did jurisdictional wise in my eyes. As of that win, she calls it a win, but it was a dismissal. And in my eyes, that's kind of like a cop-out dismissal. Like, you claim jurisdiction. Like, if you work in a law firm, you're like, really? Like, you claim jurisdiction?
Yeah. It's like, really? You haven't
cop-out move.
But the thing is, though, it makes me laugh is that case, her lawsuit it didn't get thrown out, but they won jurisdiction.
Yeah.
And she's straight back to being vile on the internet. It's like you didn't even wait.
I know. I felt like she should have waited more time. Like there was like it was that same day I felt like she was starting.
Toddy should refile on April 1st.
Like, I think she was like all excited that, oh my God, yay, I won. Now I can talk about it since everyone's been talking about it. If you knew what was best, you just wouldn't talk about it. Like, especially with a great chance of them refiling. They have a great chance of it.
There is a great chance of it because, there was a lot of things thrown about, and the way in which I know how KJ has presented it to her followers, that her side only responded to anything to the motions that Salty put up.
Yep.
That was a tweet. What tweet was that? it was a tweet or something. There's been a lot of tweets.
Oh yeah. Well, Salty also, his birthday was like the other day, and he was still getting threats.
Yeah, I saw.
I was like,
I can't
if that he refiles, he's getting threatened for if he refiles by these people.
Yeah, I saw that if he refiles, is that what was it? They're gonna go and kill him or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, really?
I don't get it. And
It's just
Kristen, you're absolutely right. Minnesota does have fine lines for defamation. That's another reason why she doesn't
they
want
have
it.
what?
Yeah. Where
They have what, sorry?
Washington doesn't have the same rules as Minnesota. Minnesota has really good defamation rules for people.
So,
Like-
Jackie, I needed to say something earlier, and I even wrote it down, and I almost forgot still. Before I forget, I forgot to say that sarcastic superhero girl left us a comment with a tip for Discord, and we wanted to let you know that you are our hero.
Yes.
Even if you are sarcastic, because that worked swimmingly.
Oh, I can't wait to tell you, Josh. Oh, yes, we love you. Thank you. And Stacy and me, well, Stacy was figuring out how to do it. So you're on Discord. You need to come join our Discord. We have watch parties. We kind of been every night on Discord. We kind of just stay up and chat and watch random YouTube videos, like literally random YouTube videos.
Oh, cool.
We were trying to figure out how to stream Netflix or HBO.
I don't know if we should be saying all this on a stream.
I know. But we were trying to figure it out, and she gave us some really great advice, and it worked. And we love you for that. Just
awesome.
Yeah, a real good friend of our channel, Lord Tebow Baggins, has started a new channel. So
yes,
I'm going to put the link here into the chat.
Yes, and if you're looking to join us on Discord, you can find Neil on Discord. That's his ID. Or you can email us, and we'll be happy to give you a join link to our Discord.
Yeah, I think we're fixing to wrap up and call it closing time here. And I think our good friend Lord Tebow Baggin is trying out a test stream, and he's live right now.
Oh, we definitely need to go over there then. Well, this has been right? This has been great. This has been one great. This is the first of many YouTube weekly recaps, everyone. So,
and we really appreciate all y'all coming and listening to us ramble about stuff.
Everything.
We find fun.
Everything. Literally everything. But that's what we want.
If you have stuff that you think that we would find fun, or that you think that we would find, the other people that watch find fun, go ahead and email us. We'll check it out.
Or you can come up on the stream afterwards when we're done giving our recap and let us know too. We'd love that. So thank you to Josh for being here. When Stacey was like, you wanted to come on, I'm like, yes, tell him to come on and join us, please. I love it. And we'll have your channel in the description, and we will be there for your streams too, because you got to teach me a couple of things. I'm not the best at makeup, and I want to see you do makeup.
I'm not the best.
And I just want to have fun on your channel and talk like we are now, because I know that's probably what goes on.
Yeah, that's all that matters anyways.
It is, yeah. It is.
The fact that you look good, feel good, and you're having fun is like the best thing that you can do to look good.
Yeah.
It is.
But nice stream, everyone, and we will see you definitely next week at 9 p.m. here for our YouTube weekly recap. But we might have a stream coming up shortly. I can't tell you when just yet. I promise I'll let you guys know on Twitter or Discord. But we are going to be talking about the Duggars. And we are Duggar fans. And unlike KJ, we're not going to give the crappy stories that she's putting out about them. We're going to give you what's really going on. They also have a new season coming up of Counting On. So who knows? So if you like the Duggars, we'll be doing a stream about that. It's very, very soon. All right, guys. Love you. Have a great night. Thank you again, Josh, for being here. And we will see everyone soon.
Thanks, Josh. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.